nobody's looking out for you. You have to look out for yourself.
Absolutely. What is your intention? You're going on social media because you're feeling sad. Share with
And
the
what
world.
about this ice cold baths that everybody's taking?
It does have, but it's overdone. Again, people are ice cold bath, but in 3 hours of sleep. There's no benefit.
Generally क्या problem है कि हम 1 घंटा movement कर लेंगे, but बाकी
Sitting for the rest of the day.
हाँ.
Yeah, that's called sedentary active. You're not active.
sedentary
Which is
active.
why you better to have your own peace and not try to proactively change people. If they ask, I'm more than happy to help. Sleep deprivation equals inflammation.
So basically,
Junk food equals inflammation.
Basically body को जैसे चलना है उसके against अगर आप कुछ भी कर रहे हो तो that is inflammation.
Absolutely. It starts working against you, not for you.
And how much of gut और हमारे inflammation is connected to our mental health? कई बार ऐसे होता है कि मैं 11-12 बजे ऐसे चिप्स खाने का मन करता है, मैं चिप्स का पैकेट भी खोलती हूँ और फिर ऐसे इंस्टाग्राम पे रील्स देखती हूँ और सडनली एक इंसान आता है, उसको देख के मुझे इतनी शर्म आती है कि मैं अपना चिप्स का पैकेट हमेशा साइड पे रख देती हूँ. एंड दैट पर्सन हु हैज़ मेड हेल्थ, फिटनेस, लाइफस्टाइल, मेडिटेशन, एवरीथिंग so relatable and जिनकी वजह से इस बारे में बात होने लगी है. जॉइनिंग अस इन द स्टूडियो ल्यूक किटिनो, जिनको दिल्ली से लेकर मुंबई, बिगनर से लेकर प्रो सब लोग पसंद करते हैं, फैंस है. हाय ल्यूक, वेलकम टू द शो.
Hey, hi, it's good to be here.
Why are you coming on my reels and not letting me have any kind of chips? What is this?
Maybe you need to sleep deeper first, and then you can enjoy your snacks post that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Luke, first I want to start with that there's so much information about health और fitness पे इतनी जानकारी है कि कई बार ना इंसान पागल हो जाता है, कंफ्यूज हो जाता है. लाइक कीटो डाइट भी है, नॉन कीटो डाइट भी है, कार्ब्स खाना है, प्रोटीन खाना है, रात में क्या खाना है, नहीं खाना है. तो आप कैसे डिसाइड करते हो कि हाँ ये चीज़ जो है सही है और ये गलत है? लाइक इतना कंफ्यूजन है बाहर मार्केट में.
So everyone's different, number one. That's why all your Google diets, your Instagram diets don't work for everyone.
Yeah.
Some bodies are carb efficient. Some bodies can have more protein than the other. But everyone has to realize that only when I try, we should stop copying one another. Try. Do I feel good getting results? Good. That's my diet.
Yeah.
We can stick to a proportion of 90% from nature. 10%, of course, you can enjoy your outside food and junk once in a way. That ratio is good.
आप कभी खाते हो?
Yes, of course, absolutely. My 10%, maybe 15%. I like chips, I like ice cream, I like everything.
अरे.
But 90% will be from nature.
Clean food.
Yeah. There has to be the discipline. No one is saying don't eat junk food. We're saying that should be the least proportion. But today, most of their food is coming from junk.
Yeah.
And from nature, it's lesser. That's where the problem is.
But when you say nature, और मैं probably बहुत ट्राई करती हूँ कि ऑर्गेनिक सब्जियाँ सोर्स करूँ. एक तो मनी वाइज द डिफरेंस इज अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस. लाइक 40 रुपए की ब्रोकली अगर मैं कोई ऑर्गेनिक साइड से खरीदने जाऊँगी 250-300 की पड़ती है. तो समटाइम्स यू कैन नॉट ऑलवेज ऑर्डर. तो आपको क्या लगता है, ऑर्गेनिक सब्जियाँ ऑर्डर करनी चाहिए या फिर डजंट मैटर? What do you think?
See, I'll be honest with you. Most companies in India misuse the organic label.
Yeah.
And you're paying a lot more for something that's not worth it. There are loopholes in the certification.
It's kind of
organic.
a labeling and
Exactly.
this thing.
Now, what I would do is when there are farmers markets, local farmers markets, support that.
बांद्रा में संडे को काफी farmers market लगता है.
Go there, you'll find small farmers with little produce. Support them. We support them, they will grow more. But all the main chains of organic, we will never know if it is organic. And I'm not saying they're non-ethical because the FSSAI in India is very strong, but there are loopholes in the organic law. So we need to understand, I would not, if I can, I would buy it. But for everyone, just buy your normal vegetables, wash them well and eat them. That's how we should do it. Keep it simple.
Absolutely. ऑल्सो ल्यूक, आज की डेट में हमें जैसे इंसुलिन चेक करने के लिए CGM, कॉन्स्टेंट ग्लूकोज मॉनिटर, देन स्लीप की अगर हम बात करें, रिंग्स है जो आप पहन के, देन देयर इज ऑफ कोर्स आपकी ECG घड़ी मेजर कर लेती है. इतने सारे गैजेट्स हम लोगों ने डिस्कवर कर लिए, बना लिए और पहनने लगे. आपको क्या लगता है कि इसकी वजह से ज़्यादा एंग्जाइटी बढ़ रही है या फिर इट्स ओके टू बी अवेयर अबाउट योर हेल्थ? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? वेयर डू यू स्टैंड ऑन दैट?
See, absolutely. It's from person to person. Some people have more anxiety with all the devices.
Yeah.
You have so much of data. But the problem is not a lack of data. The problem is human behavior.
Achha.
People without a ring or without a watch know whether they've
I'm
been active
seeing you're not
or
wearing
non-active.
any of those.
I don't, because it's I like to listen to my own body. I will know if I'm sleep deprived. When I wake up in the morning, I want to sleep more.
हाँ
Means-
मतलब आजकल तो रिंग पेनो दिन दे गिव यू स्कोर कि आपके 6 नंबर आए भाई सोने में, आज 7 नंबर आए तुम्हारे सोने में.
when
मतलब
the data starts showing that disease is going down,
Yeah.
then we will give it more importance. But right now, it's creating more anxiety for people. CGMS monitors are great for diabetics to know
Yeah.
this is suiting me, not suiting me.
Yeah.
Anything above that, people are losing connection with their own inner voice. Our own voice tells us whether we've slept, not slept, whether we're stressed. Today, there's a new device that tells you whether you're happy or sad. Now, the point is,
there
we're
is really
becoming,
a fact.
we're actually becoming dumber and dumber because we're not listening to what our body is telling us.
Yeah, because when I look at, you know, जो लोग 90 साल के हैं, 95 के हैं, 100 के हैं, I don't think so उनको कोई डाइट शब्द भी पता है, और ना उनको ये मॉनिटर्स पता है, ना वो एप्पल वॉच पहन के घूम रहे हैं, ना उनके पास कोई डिवाइसेस हैं. They are just like
It's
living
great
their
for
life.
awareness, like you said.
Yeah.
Like, see, I have a sitting job. I'm seeing patients.
Yeah.
So sometimes at the end of the day, I say only 3,000 steps. Okay, I must go for a walk. It's good for awareness, but it's not going to change your life. What is going to change your life is using the data and adding action to it.
Yeah.
There are so many people who have data, and some patients will give us all their data. And then I say, okay, so what have you done about? Oh, yeah, we've not yet started doing anything. So the point is human
Data
behavior.
scientist बन गए हम, इतना
Human
data.
behavior, not a lack of data.
Yes, data is too much available. Of course, जब हम बात कर रहे हैं about कि आज की young generation, we have data, everything. Talking about young kids, like my nieces and all, obesity इतनी common कैसे हो सकती है? बच्चे कहते हैं metabolism ज़्यादा होता है बच्चों का, बच्चे खेलते भी ज़्यादा हैं, स्कूल भी जाते हैं, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटी भी करते हैं, तो how come they are becoming obese? Like I don't understand. I see my niece, she's an active kid, but still she's put on weight. What do you have to say about it?
See, there's an abundance of food today. It's easily available.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's easily available whenever
One
you
click,
want.
one click.
And
And
what is the
sometimes I think apps should also say, बस कर बहन, 12 बजे नहीं खाना मंगाना होता है, बैठ जा आराम से.
I feel insurance companies should tie in with all the food apps to know which possible patient is eating what and predict what diseases they'll have.
Wow.
You're ordering more deep fried. Insurance
Yeah,
companies have
yeah.
a right to know what they're going to be paying for. Eventually, I'm just giving you an example on a lighter note, but the
Yeah.
point is, it's too easily available. Too easily available. You go back 10, 15, 20 years ago, no. Food was not on your mind all the time because it was not available abundantly. So today, there is an abundance. Two is activity has also gone down. Just
Yeah.
30 minutes playing in school PE time is not enough, especially when you're eating more. Three is the quality of food. Look at the quality of food. Most of it is hybrid. Two, junk, processed, no nutrients in it, makes people hungrier, and you want to eat more. But not the home food. You want to eat the junk food. You want to eat restaurant food. How come we always crave more restaurant food than our own home food?
लौकी की तो किसी को craving नहीं हुई
Because
आजकल.
the ingredients are added to make you addicted. So it's
Yeah.
lifestyle. And of course, younger children today are sleeping lesser. You know, they have more stress. They may have more peer pressure. So they have hormonal imbalances, which causes weight gain. PCOS, PCOD is one
In
of
young, you're seeing it in young kids also,
Absolutely.
PCOS, PCOD?
in young girls, 14, 15, 13, juvenile diabetes in young boys, 13, 15, 16. So
And that's
it's
lifestyle induced.
purely lifestyle. Some of them are genetic, not PCOS. I'm talking about type 1 diabetes.
Type 1, yeah.
Yeah, but type 2 is a lifestyle condition.
Yeah, definitely.
Then the quality of milk. Milk is not a bad food, but when your milk is pumped with estrogen and antibiotics, what is it doing? It's creating growth hormones in young girls, making them reach puberty way before their time. So it is the quality of the food chain that also matters.
But what do we do? I understand, like, even, you know, I for a long time switched to almond milk or whatever. But what do we do? Because मुझे लगता है उसमें भी तो chemical होंगे. Anything store bought, anything in a डब्बा.
Yeah.
Anything that has a shelf life of 6 महीना, साल भर. ऐसा वो purity doesn't scream purity.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
You have to make better choices. Like almond milk is not a milk.
Oat milk,
It's
camel
oat
milk,
milk.
cashew milk.
Oat milk, if you look at the box,
Yeah.
there's no oats in it. It's called slurry. So these things are shortcuts. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to have a coffee and you cannot have milk, just have a black coffee. You don't have to have a milk with it and stuff. Or make your own almond milk. It takes less than 2 minutes to make almond milk.
Yeah.
You soak almonds, put it in your blender, you have almond milk, strain it out, you have the meal, mix it with your eggs, you have a high protein breakfast. There are so many different ways to use it. It takes 2 to 3 minutes, but you're absolutely right about almond milk. Sometimes our patients who come to us with gut issues, it's because of the almond milk
Really?
that creates inflammation in their guts, because look at the amount of preservatives in. The gut cannot keep fighting preservatives all the time for shelf life.
What do you think आज के ज़माने में, if gut could talk, what would gut say?
Give me a break. Stop eating so much. Stop eating all the time. Hardly one meal is over, someone's snacking, then eating the next meal and snacking.
And you're exactly right. मतलब जो आप कह रहे थे अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ फूड, पहले हम जब बच्चे थे तो हम सिर्फ एक दिन बाहर जाते थे. वन मील वॉज आउटसाइड विच वॉज आवर डैड्स छुट्टी डे. ट्यूसडे वॉज देयर. We used to go to one restaurant only, like for our life we've gone to one restaurant in a small town. एंड नेवर अकर्ड कि हम जो खाना बनाए वो नहीं खाएंगे. लाइक दैट इज़ द ऑप्शन. अभी हमारे घर में जो बनता है हमें नहीं मन होता तो हम बाहर से मंगाते हैं, कुछ भी करते हैं. Having said that, yes, everyone wants variety. What if we make all these foods at home? Do you think then it makes a difference? Like if you make pizza at home, or if you make,
there are healthy ways of doing it, and a lot of parents are doing that. A lot of parents, see, what is the market today? Convenience.
Yeah.
Someone will say, why will I make it when I can order it?
Yeah.
So the market is convenience.
And it's cheaper to order
cheaper outside. Because it's masses, right?
Because pizza का सामान घर में लाओगे आपको 1,000 rupees का पड़ जाएगा, and you'll have 300 rupees का pizza ready delivered to you.
A lot of people today are moving to home cooking. See, everyone has an excuse. I don't have time.
Yeah.
And everyone will always have an excuse for something.
Right.
But the point is, it is possible. You can make your own pizzas at home. You can make your own burgers at home. See, it's always quality. Today, a burger isn't bad. It's where you buy the burger from.
And
a
what
fast
oil?
food joint or a gourmet place.
And what oil
you use. How it's cooked. Quality of ingredients, right?
Yeah.
So the burger's not bad. The pizza's not bad. It's how it's made, quality, quantity, and what time you eat it.
And absolutely, like for the longest, I tried to do a lot of research on oils. I couldn't understand. Like कहीं कहा जाता है घी बेस्ट है भाई, घी ही लो, घी ही करो. And yesterday only, like भैया बाइसेप के पॉडकास्ट में देखे, there was a cardiologist. He said कि मतलब घी तो बिल्कुल ही नालायक चीज़ है, इससे तो कार्डियो ये वो. Then there'll be a wave कि mustard oil. Then there'll be someone telling कि नहीं इसका smoking point ये है वो. So what oil is the best oil?
So you got to go back to the roots.
Yeah.
India is a very diverse country.
Yes.
Each state has a different north, south, east, west. Is very different.
Yeah.
What were they doing before cardiac problems happened?
Please tell me.
They were having normal wood churned oils. You would take a coconut to the mill. It's called cold pressed.
Cold pressed oil, yeah.
So we need to. Okay, the regions that grew up on coconut oil has to go back to coconut oil. Pure ghee is not India. It is absolutely fantastic. Now people say it's saturated.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have to have your saturateds and your polyunsaturateds and your monounsaturateds. So again, today people are using olive oil for cooking Indian food.
That is so stupid. And honestly, जो भी देख रहा है, pomace olive oil जिस पे लिखा होता है good for Indian cooking, that's like it's got 2% olive oil or 1% olive oil. It's like actually vegetable oil.
It is worse than that because it is highly processed and highly inflammatory. Pure A2 ghee, which is original to our country, is great for human health, period. First of all, no heart attacks happen because of saturated fat. It happens because of saturated fat from the wrong source, your bakery products, all the saturated fats that have been processed. Like you have pure ghee and you have hydrogenated ghee.
Okay.
Hydrogenated ghee is your heart attack in a packet, not your pure ghee. That's how it is. So now, if peanut oil, it should be cold pressed or should be wood churned. It is how. The more refined the oil, the more inflammation you have. That's how it is.
बट वाई डू यू थिंक ऑयल इतनी बेसिक चीज़ है और पूरे इंडिया में कोई घर नहीं है जहाँ पे ऑयल नहीं होगा. खाना हम तड़का लगाते हुए, नॉट अंग्रेज तो है नहीं कि हमने ब्रेड के नीचे सलामी लगाई हो गया काम. वाई डू यू थिंक कि हमारा ऑयल का एजुकेशन इतना ख़राब है? वाई डू यू थिंक वी स्टिल बाइंग, मतलब बाकी चीज़ों में हम इतना खर्चा कर रहे हैं, जैसे हम पिज्ज़ा मंगा रहे हैं 400 रुपये का. डू यू?
It's absolutely. Look at the advertisements of oil. Look at the price points coming low. India is a very price sensitive market. So they think that, it's lower, I'm getting more oil, and it encourages two things. Buy this oil and use more of it. Use more. It's as simple as that. You still go back to villages. Today people take their coconuts to the mill and they will have the oil extracted and they will use that. Today a lot of people also buy their own, machines at home where you can extract oil. People are even doing that. But the point is, at the end of the day, there's marketing. There's nothing wrong with marketing. It's ethical, but we should not become the product. Like, just because it's a lower price doesn't mean you use more of it. And the lower the price, because it's more refined. If you get a pure oil, a cold pressed oil will be more expensive.
Yeah.
Because the processing is different.
Yeah.
So for India right now, there's a nice oil, which is a rice bran oil, which comes in between everything.
Yeah.
I would say that's a safe choice because we have to be practical. Everyone may not want to spend money on a cold pressed oil. But a rice bran oil is a very well made and you have an unfiltered oil.
Even I think coconut oil is also like not very expensive, but the taste is very acquired taste. Not everybody
if it's processed oil.
No,
if
but
it is
cold-pressed
cold
also.
pressed oil, it's got a mild flavor. See,
Yeah.
I'm from Goa, so I'll
So
support
yeah,
it.
so yeah.
You know, so.
But otherwise, coconut oil में खाना बनाना, like it is
But
like
people,
a
you
little.
tell people take 1 tablespoon to lose weight, then everyone will
Yeah,
have
वो
it.
सुबह सुबह.
Then they'll have it plain, not even with the food, right?
हाँ, मतलब सुबह घी खा रहे हैं, MCT oil और that's coconut oil सब चल रहा है. वही तो मैं कह रही हूँ ना, इंटरनेट पे जो चीज़ फैड हो जाती है, फेमस हो जाती है, फिर वो सब करते हैं, चाहे उसका रीजन पता हो ना हो, कुछ भी हो.
See, there is no shortcut to health.
Yeah.
There is absolutely zero shortcut to health. There is no artificial intelligence to health. There is artificial intelligence to artificial health, period. But not real health. And everyone knows that. It's not because I'm saying it. The human body is built on anatomy. It's built on nutrients, movement, sleep, and emotional wellness.
How much do you think genes play a role?
So when you look at the diseases today, 100% of the diseases, about 93 to 94% are caused by poor lifestyle.
93 you're saying?
94 also. The balance 6% is genetic. That's a small proportion.
You're just saying only 6% of disease
6
are
to
caused.
7%, because see, genes can be upregulated and downregulated. Just because your parents have a type 2 diabetes doesn't mean you have to get it. If you are continuing the same lifestyle and you're allowing those genes to manifest, what is the easiest way to switch on a bad gene? Sleep deprivation.
Also, Luke, I don't know, it's because of social media, you get to know more of it. आपको क्या सच में लगता है कि आज की डेट में कैंसर के केसेस ज़्यादा बढ़ रहे हैं और यंग पॉपुलेशन को भी कैंसर का सुनने में ज़्यादा आ रहा है, या फिर इट्स जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ सोशल मीडिया पे हमें सुनाई देता है तो ज़्यादा रजिस्टर होता है?
No, there are more cases, 100%. There are many, many, many more cases of cancer across all ages. It's because many things have changed. The environment has changed. People's immune systems have become weaker. More inflammation in the body. And look at lifestyle. Cancer is a lifestyle disease.
Cancer is a lifestyle disease.
4 to 5% is genetic. No matter how fit you are, you may get it.
Cancer is a lifestyle disease.
It is a lifestyle disease.
Yeah,
Most
because
of
they
the
say,
cancers are
sugar-
caused by poor lifestyle.
They say sugar attracts cancer.
That's untrue. That's a myth. Otherwise, everyone eating sugar will have cancer.
Yeah,
No,
but-
but when you have cancer, you should not have sugar. And for anyone, with or without cancer, you know sugar is bad for you, so it should be the minimum in your diet. But sugar does not cause cancer.
But I have seen very fit people also get cancer or stuff like that.
Yeah, because fitness is not just about how you look on the outside. Many fit people are sleep deprived. If you are sleep deprived, there is a direct correlation between sleep deprivation, immunity, and cancer. So people who are fit on Instagram, and they don't show you what's going on in their life, how much stress they have, how much they're vaping, how many banned substances they're doing. Just because it's
No,
a
but
fit body doesn't mean they'll fall sick, right?
Yeah, but you're right. Like हम लोग sleep को इतना ज़्यादा हल्के में लेते हैं. There are a lot of friends of mine जो बहुत workout करते हैं, सब कुछ everything is good, but they can't sleep. और they take pride in saying कि हम तो 4 घंटे ही सो के function करते हैं, and they're taking international flights. Sleep कितनी ज़रूरी है एक human being के लिए, restoration के लिए?
It is the quality of sleep, not the quantity. If you're sleeping 5 hours, but deep sleep, you're going through all your REM and non-REM cycles, and you wake up feeling I'm ready to start the day. You don't need coffee to start your day. You can have coffee later because you enjoy coffee. Then you have slept enough. It is not. Some people sleep 9 hours and are still tired. Some people sleep 5 hours and are fully energetic.
No, you are right about deep sleep. ये मैं भी सोचती हूँ कि deep sleep हो, but क्या होता है कितनी बार with growing age you have to like, and especially with women, hormones up and down. You have to pee a lot in the night and all. So how do you tackle that? Like that's such a thing not under your control. Then how do you get
That is not
deep
a problem
sleep?
with all women. So that is not a problem with all women. So if women are sleep deprived, they will have a hormonal imbalance. Now because they have a hormonal imbalance, they will have different pee cycles. So you see, it's a vicious cycle. It starts with sleep deprivation. It's the same thing with men. If they're sleep deprived, they have more inflammation. Then they'll have a enlarged prostate. And now they'll wake up 5 times to pee at night. But what is the root cause? It's sleep. It's not the in-between, right? So we have to understand that sleep is important for the human
But there's
body.
certain people like my mom also who like can't sleep. उनको नींद आती नहीं है.
So we need to solve the problem, right? You have to solve. There are reasons why people can't sleep. It's either your mind is thinking too
But
much.
they say कि मतलब with age you sleep less. जितना आप age
that
करते
is
हो.
true. With age you sleep less, but you should still be able to sleep.
कितने घंटे का sleep is absolutely bare minimum जो deep sleep आप कह रहे हो जिसमें मतलब you're actually deep. What is the definition of deep sleep to begin with?
Deep sleep is when you go through your REM cycles and your non-REM cycles. That means your brain goes through all these cycles without being disturbed. Then it finishes the cycles and it automatically wakes you up.
Okay.
So you need to go through that. Hopefully the alarm should not wake you up before you've gone through
So
your
if you're
cycles.
having dreams and all, that's
all part of your cycles. That's
but that
absolutely
is
fine.
okay if you're having dreams
If
and
you're
all.
having very light dreams because you're disturbed and stuff like that, or you're stressed out and some fears are coming up, then you're going to wake up tired because you've not gone into deep sleep.
So कितने घंटे का deep sleep जरूरत होती है like एक
See,
इंसान को?
everyone's different. It could be 7 hours, it could be 8
7
hours, it could
hours.
be 6 hours also. How do you find out how much you need to sleep? When you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? Are you ready to start the day? Your sleep was enough. Are you sleep deprived? You need more sleep? It was not enough. That's how we arrive at our average. My average is 8 hours. Your average may be something else. And it depends on many things. Your workout, stress levels, travel, so many different things. But you'll find your own average by waking up in the morning and saying, my body needs 6 hours. My body needs 7 hours. It's not, you cannot put everyone in a box for 8 hours. Many people sleep for 8 hours and are still tired. Some people need 9 hours. Some people need 5 hours.
Yeah. And of course, आपके Instagram पे भी हम sleep की काफी बात देख रहे हैं. It's called #Sleep
Deep India. Yes.
Sleep Deep India. Why did you choose sleep? And do you think क्या लोग नहीं सो रहे हैं इंडिया में अच्छे से?
Absolutely, they're not, because most of the diseases that we see, and we treat many patients, most of them are related to sleep deprivation. Most of them. And when you look at the statistic of diseases, whether they're cancers, diabetes, they all have a correlation with lifestyle. You break down lifestyle. Today, people are aware. They're working out. You see everyone working out. They're eating better.
Yeah.
But the sleep is a big problem. You can connect sleep with a teenager's PCOS and PCOD as well. So when we see this as one of the problem, why will I talk about broccoli and cabbage and papaya when the root cause of the problem is sleep? So we're trying to educate people through the #SleepDeepIndia to just understand, make small changes. Monday to Friday, sleep well. Enjoy your weekend. Come home in the morning if you want.
But what changes to make to sleep better?
Number one, get into bed at the same time.
Damn.
Number two, your OTT platforms. Have discipline. Number three, your gadgets, phones, and social media. There are many things and everyone knows how to do it. That's why I told you, the problem is not more data. The problem is human behavior, discipline, and consistency. Right? Everyone knows what to do. Everyone knows what to do. And that's why the whole idea of the campaign is to encourage people and make it important to them and realize. We've had people say that, wow, look, I've started sleeping better and 10 things have changed. That's the realization we want for people.
क्या एक्चुअल में फर्क पड़ता है आपने देखा है जो लोगों के लाइफ में चेंज विद बेटर स्लीप में?
Number one, their energy levels. Number two, their skin.
Skin?
Their hair, their weight. Most people can't lose weight because they're sleep deprived.
And why is that?
Because your sleep is connected with your fat loss, your metabolism, inflammation, recovery, your muscle growth. So all of that happens. You'll have so many people, I go to the gym, I'm not putting on muscle. They're not recovering enough.
And what about people जो रात में कम सोते हैं लेकिन दोपहर में nap लेते हैं? That's okay. दोपहर का nap
you can still take a nap in the afternoon, but you still have to sleep well at night.
But दोपहर की nap में कोई restoration work नहीं होता है.
It is. It's very good. It's called a power nap, mainly for energy. Repair work and all is only in the night.
अच्छा वो
That's
रात
not
में
going to
होता
happen
है.
in your afternoon nap. Yes. Because you have a longer cycle of sleep, right?
But am I right in this saying कि जैसे body understands habit, like if you, अगर आप रोज 8 बजे खाना खा रहे हो तो उसको पता है कि 8 बजे we have to secrete digestive juices. उसी तरह आप अगर properly सो रहे हो तो उसको पता है कि हाँ भाई इतने बजे deep sleep hit हो जाएगी and I will start my restoration work. And अगर आपकी erratic sleep है तो क्या body को actually time ही नहीं मिलता है मतलब वो करने का? What is the science?
See, these are rhythms in the body, circadian rhythms, like sunrises, sunsets. The same thing happens with our body. They're all rhythms. You put your hand on your chest, there's a rhythm, heart, breath rhythm, digestion rhythm. So when your rhythm becomes erratic, everything gets affected.
Oh.
Whether it's your hormones, your breath, your adrenaline, cortisol, stress hormones, and digestion also, which is why you eat at different timings, you have indigestion because the rhythm is broken. So even sleep, if the rhythm is broken too many times, you have an erratic sleep cycle and you have problems. See, I know we're in Mumbai city. I'm trying to be practical. It is not practical to say that Monday to Friday, you work hard, you get your life in order, enjoy your weekend, and then come back into that cycle and rhythm. But today it's become every day people are sleep deprived. And that's why it's directly connected to the diseases that you have around.
But, you know, a lot of people do have to study these research and all. They say कि certain लोगों के लिए रात is better जागना, certain लोगों के लिए morning जल्दी उठना is better. Do you agree to this?
Of course. You have night owls and morning larks. So some people can study late into the night, sleep later. Some people sleep early but wake up to study.
It doesn't matter when
it doesn't matter. And that is for the groups of children, teenagers.
Achha.
As you move into adults, no, your cycle has to be aligned.
Because office I also has to in the morning ना अपने हिसाब से rhythm नहीं बनानी होती है.
Exactly.
सुबह office जाना होता है.
So everything has to be aligned. And I mean, if you have to leave early for office, you sleep early at night. It's as simple as that. right? See, what I mean by lifestyle is today people want to have fun every day. And no, it's great if they were happier and mental health was at the top.
Yeah.
But people are having fun every day and depression is at its highest and emotional health is at its lowest. Something is not connecting. The connection of more fun doesn't equal happiness.
Yeah.
So the point is we have to make changes for the human body.
You know, whatever Instagram पे भी रील्स देखो, जहाँ पे भी बात करो, a lot of people talk about inflammation. तो अगर सरल भाषा में हम लोगों को समझाएं कि इन्फ्लेमेशन क्या होता है और कैसे डील करते हैं और कैसे पता चलेगा कि मैं इन्फ्लेमेटेड हूँ.
Yeah, so inflammation, there are so many, like again, if I put a percentage, 94 to 95% of the diseases are inflammatory diseases caused by inflammation that does not come down. Inflammation is very good for us. Like you cut your finger, okay, your immunity will work. It will create inflammation. Healing is done. Inflammation will switch off.
Yeah.
For most people, inflammation doesn't come down. So most cancers, inflammatory disease. Cardiovascular, inflammatory. Diabetes, inflammatory. Caused by inflammation in the body. So you will know if you have diabetes, you have inflammation. If you have a heart problem, you have inflammation. Your immune system is not working the right way. It doesn't know when to switch on and switch off. Because what is affected? Sleep, nutrition, stress levels, exercise. So inflammation is not a bad thing. It's a bad and dangerous thing when it doesn't know when to switch off.
And what causes inflammation? Like lifestyle?
Our lifestyles. Sleep deprivation equals inflammation.
So basically,
junk food equals inflammation.
Basically, body को जैसे चलना है उसके against अगर आप कुछ भी कर रहे हो तो that is inflammation.
Absolutely. It starts working against you, not for you.
And how much of gut or हमारे inflammation is connected to our mental health?
Everything. Your gut and your brain are directly interconnected. Today, most people know that when there is a patient of depression, if you work on their gut health, they will have poor gut health. 100% poor gut health.
What are the indicators of poor gut health?
Bloating, acidity, constipation, IBS, indigestion, autoimmune diseases, leaky gut syndrome, poor skin, poor hair, everything. The gut is everything. It regulates everything.
But Luke, कई बार ऐसे भी होता है कि जैसे हम लोग जैसे for the longest time I was eating just घर का खाना, ठीक है? Then suddenly आप थोड़े एक दिन भी या 2 दिन बाहर का खाना खाओ, you start having these problems. But घर के खाने से नहीं होता. So that means you have gut issues or you are like now become like little immune.
No.
You
That
can't
means
have
that food outside is so bad that it creates inflammation in your gut.
Oh.
It's a clear example, right? That's why people who eat outside food get used to it also. They get very used to it and they don't have problems until the problem happens.
Yeah.
So the idea is you don't have all your meals at home, but when you're eating out, it's also what you choose to eat. If the oil is bad, you are going to have gut problems. That's why when you're going out, say, go out, but try not to do deep fried foods. You think any restaurant is changing their oil after using it the first time? Have other foods. Go to the restaurant, but make wise decisions, right? Deep fry at home if you want. Use the oil once, good quality oil, enjoy. But don't do it outside where the same oil is being reused over and over again. That is heart disease. That reuse of oil is heart disease. That is inflammation.
No, but I totally agree with it. Like oil, that is my biggest thing. पहले we used to like run after discounts कि इस restaurant में 150 रुपए का ही मिल रहा है वो. But now I've realized कि this 150 is going to cost me.
See, there's a saying in life, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Period.
So,
you get what you pay for.
So like it's better to stick to घर का खाना, air fry करो, जो भी करना है air fry करो या घर में junk made at home is also better than outside healthy food.
Absolutely. That you can call food. You don't have to call it junk then. You're making it at home with your own ingredients, own oil. So you can call it food. Yeah.
But what are the hidden, things जो हम ignore करते हैं but actually they are very मतलब बकवास for health. Like for example, like I feel sauces हम लोग उन्हें notice नहीं करते हैं but we have like this southwest or whatever and when we are putting it like we are making salad at home but we are putting those sauces and we are
with sugar.
Yeah, so we are like
ingredients.
मतलब contradictory है. It's like so what are these hidden things you think that in our daily lives हमें पता नहीं है हम कहने को so we are living a healthy life but we don't know these.
You have to look out for sugar, high fructose corn syrup, okay, colors, additives, all of these preservatives.
And
if the list is too long, just don't buy it.
Stevia and sugar freeze, what do you have to say about this?
So stevia is a little bit better on the artificial sweeteners, but all of your other artificial sweeteners today, they're actually being banned in countries. So stevia is still better. See, like I say, if you want to have a dessert today, have it the right way. Normal sugar and everything. Just don't have the dessert every day.
And what about diet sodas?
That's the worst. That's the worst. Show me one person who has lost weight doing a diet soda. Right? It's not designed for that, right? Otherwise, everyone on diets would use that. Just because it's low calorie doesn't mean it's going to help you with your health problems.
also, like, where do you stand on calories? Like, should we actually see our calories, what we're consuming, or we should go by कि जितने पेट में जगह है, जितनी भूख लग रही है उतना खाना खाओ?
See, it depends on your goal. Everyone should be aware. If someone's trying to lose weight and you're having more calories than you're burning, obviously, right? Your solution is over there. Your calories should be lesser. Then also the quality of calories matter. So if I have a samosa which is 100 calories and I have an apple which is 100 calories, they're both the same. Which is better? The apple, right? So it's awareness of calories. But some people get too much into counting because the body is too complex. We have a metabolic rate which works beyond our imagination. No one calculates how many calories the brain burns.
Oh.
The brain can burn 400 to 500 calories. So then your diet would change accordingly if you're eating according to calories. So the idea is follow your body. Everyone will get a signal when they're full. If they're eating slowly. If you're eating fast, you will not get the signal.
And eating while watching TV?
You will not get the signal. Simple. Go to a movie theater. You can have the full popcorn and finish it. If I give you the same popcorn now, you will not finish it. Because the mind is distracted, right? So.
But how do you stop this urge of constantly eating, opening the fridge, getting bored, and then eating? Like, how do you stop it? Like,
you can't stop it. There's willpower required. You'll do it for 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, and then your willpower will fail. That is where the next pillar, which is emotional wellness. What are you eating?
Why are you eating?
No, what are you eating? Which emotion are you eating?
Achha, which emotion are you eating?
If you're bored and you don't have a plan and your mind goes to food, you will eat the food. So you have to break. When I'm angry, I eat chocolate cake. No, now it has to be when I'm angry, I listen to music, call a friend, kick a punching bag. You have to break these habits. They're all habits. And if you have something in your fridge, you will eat it. If it's not at home, you will not eat it. So it's all these little lifestyle changes.
Better grocery shopping.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Luke, I saw on your Instagram कि जहाँ पे आप बात करते हो कि infertility तक भी treat हो सकती है with like aging women, because आज की date में women are having kids late. How is infertility or fertility related to lifestyle and everything? Because if you talk to gynecologists, if you talk to fertility specialists, वो बोलते हैं it's non-reversible. And
that's absolutely true, and you should change your practitioner then, because no one can tell you it is, because there are so many people. Some people genuinely need IVF. They genuinely need treatment, but not everyone. Today that's become a business.
Yes.
And it's become a huge business. And how do I know that? Because we have patients who come, they say, we don't want to do IVF. We have 3 months, Luke, let's try. And we are able to bring change in many. Some we are not able to bring. Many, how? They change their lifestyle. If a woman is stressed, her prolactin levels are high.
Yeah.
She can never. Today, most doctors are not even checking that. They say, you cannot, don't worry, why are you stressing out? Let's do it. But today, we understand if you bring down prolactin, a woman can conceive. If they're stressed out, if their nutrition is low, their AMH is low, the doctor, you cannot, let's do IVF.
Yeah, because
it can come up with nutrition. It can.
AMH can come.
Absolutely, 100%. We've had someone from 0.2 come up to 3.2 and at age 41 have a baby. So my point is, I'm not against
3.2.
I'm not against all these treatments. They will help people have a children when needed. But it should never become a business that you don't give your patient enough of time to understand that what are you doing wrong that you cannot have a baby. Because you have your side effects with IVF as well. A woman gets pumped with hormones and she has to go through hell. So I think men should understand that and say, listen, is there a better way? And half the men don't have their sperm checked. The problem is not with the woman. So the point is, there are many things, and this is where women and men have a right to information and knowledge, not just thrown a treatment because a doctor tells them to do it or a nutritionist tells them to do it. Because I can understand if fertility is not reversible, then everyone should be going in for those treatments.
Yeah.
But there are so many people who have literally changed their lifestyles, gotten the right nutrients, and they've had babies.
And if we like जो भी अभी देख रहा है या फिर जो इसकी अभी बत्ती जगी है, how much time does it take, like 2 months, 3 months, to actually get your body on track?
It could be a few weeks. Everyone's different.
Okay.
If people we've had people who have come desperate. I want to change my lifestyle. They start sleeping better, eating better, taking care of their stress. So within 1-2 weeks, problems start disappearing. And some people it takes 2 months. Some people it takes 3 months. It really depends the extent of damage. Like you're a smoker for 50 years and you want your lungs to be removed with scars in 1 month. It's not going to happen, right?
Yeah.
But the human body is resilient. The day you start, it starts to respond. If it's too late,
forgiving.
then it's too late.
Human body is
it's forgiving to a set point. Some people push it too much and then it can be very unforgiving.
You say stress. We talk about stress. कि stress से gut effect होता है. Metabolism slow होता है. Whatever. What kind of stress is stress? Like sometimes I don't understand what is stress. Like जब हम कोई हॉरर मूवी देख रहे हैं वो स्ट्रेस किस टाइप का स्ट्रेस इज स्ट्रेस
Stress is never
जिससे
the problem.
एक्चुअली बॉडी को फर्क पड़ता
It's
है.
never a problem because stress is required for the immune system to function.
अच्छा.
Small periods of stress. Your stress goes up,
Like
comes down.
like nervousness before anything big.
That's absolutely
or
fine.
So is that stress?
Absolutely. If you don't have that stress, if you don't have a stress to be at work on time,
Yeah.
you won't be at work on time, right? You won't plan better. These stresses are good. The stresses are when we're, trying to control people, things that are out of our control. You're trying to control
जब पूरे
Mumbai
दिन दिमाग
traffic.
में बैक ऑफ द माइंड कुछ चलता रहता है कि इसने
You're
मुझे
playing the same problems.
इसने मुझे ये क्यों बोला, ये क्यों बोला, ये
Yes.
क्यों बोला.
Now that is
If
chronic
you are
stress.
preoccupied.
That is a problem. See, emotions like resentment, anger, rage, guilt, bitterness. Everyone has these emotions. But if you keep playing them on, being a victim, all the time victim mode, nothing works for me, it's this person's
Negativity
fault.
is also
Complaining, always finding fault with others, never taking responsibility. This builds up your own
all,
chronic stress.
Serial Sasuma have stress.
That serial is itself is stress. It causes a big issue in our country called the mother-in-law syndrome, which is a huge stress for families today.
No, definitely.
So, yes, it all comes from there. So you have to also be careful of what you watch on TV.
And I also want to touch upon negativity. Like, is that also stress?
See, it depends. A little bit of negativity kind of allows us to evolve as human beings.
Acha.
But if we become a slave to it, it's a problem. Like someone criticized you. Okay, firstly, does that person even matter to you in your life? If yes, take the feedback, change, communicate. Doesn't pay your bills, doesn't have any impact in your life. Why are you still attached to it? That's when negativity becomes bad. So any emotion none of these emotions are bad emotions. If you feed it too much, then it becomes a problem.
So that is where social media comes into making you sad or happy, because seeing feeds invokes emotions, right?
Depends on who you're following, right? If you're most people finish scrolling not happier people, more confused, sad, depressed, inadequate, and because that's what social media. But if you still have the problem is not social media. The problem is the person using it, who you follow, how much time you spend, what is your intention. You're going on social media because you're feeling sad. You think it's going to make you happy. There's no way. But I go on to social media, I want to learn something, I want to see what's happening. Oh, this is interesting. It's very good for you. But it's the mindless scrolling of wrong people who you're subconsciously comparing your life to. That's the problem.
In one of your podcasts मैंने सुना कि आप बता रहे थे कि जो स्टडीज होती है, रिसर्च होती है, वो सब भी लाइक बैक्ड होती है बाय कंपनीज जिनका खुद का वो है, क्या कहते हैं, कोई अल्टीरियर मोटिव है टू स्टडी व्हाटएवर. देन व्हाट डू यू बिलीव? देन कहाँ से मतलब साइंस प्रगति कैसे करेगा? हम बेटर रिजल्ट्स कैसे ढूंढेंगे? हम कैसे आगे बढ़ेंगे अगर we don't believe in research and these papers also?
See, the thing is, when today, yes, you are right. Unfortunately, research is also corrupt. That's why when people come with a research paper, my first question is who funded it?
Yeah.
Based on the funding, okay, I will even read the research paper. Otherwise, the outcome is
But also,
completely...
Science
is great. We should follow it. But I think today too many people are in. See, I will go into science when my basics are not working. People are going into science, but the basics are not done. First, put your basics in place and then go on to the next step of complication. People are, sunlight, good, bad, how many? First, are you getting sunlight? Get 15 minutes every day and see how you feel before you want science to tell you whether sunlight is good. So, science for teaching you common sense is a waste of time.
Also, I saw a show where they were saying that, research जो होती है उन पे इतना pressure होता है that sometimes they're not given enough time. Like 2-3 साल के research में बोलेंगे 6 महीने में. So, they're forced to publish half findings.
It's true.
Because they are also getting money and they also have to say
Absolutely
something.
True.
And that
most research is controlled today, and the outcome can already be planned. So if I'm going to fund you for my research, I'll tell you the outcome I'm looking for. So you will align your research in that way and stuff like that. Today everyone knows this. I mean, there's ethical science and then there is non-ethical science. That's how it is.
But because of consumerism, आजकल I have lost trust on I think everything. Like that's all ads, and I think nobody is looking out for you. You have to look out for yourself.
Absolutely. It's survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
And it will always be that way.
And like whoever tells you this is healthy, that is healthy, especially they are all for profits. Like you have to look out for your own. So what is 2-3 mantras you want to give it? Like rather than making it more complicated, अगर हम इसको simplify करें, तो क्या 2-3 चीज़ें हैं जो आपको लगता है कि अगर हम यही कर ले तो हमारा काफ़ी भला हो जाएगा?
So number one is, don't look for health advice or, disease advice on a social media platform. Go to experts. Go to research sites where you can get expert advice based on experience, based on knowledge of doctors, based on knowledge of your health professionals. That's number one. Number two, simplicity is the new luxury.
Yeah.
Period. Complication is not solving any problem in the world right now. Go and spend time with your grandmother, with your grandfather, for the advice that matters. Now you ask them for relationship advice, it can be very valuable.
Actually, they could give good relationship
Very valuable,
advice,
but maybe
because
not apt in today's time.
आजकल की डेट में लोगों का relationship तो
My point is, why are we going outside when you can look in your system? Look at the healthiest people in the world. What are they doing? Don't look at what influencers are telling you to do. Most people, I was at a nutraceutical event recently, and people were saying, how do I buy Nutri? These people are selling. I said, first ask them, do you take it? Does your child take it? Does your aunt take it? Does your mother take it? Okay? Ask them to show you how they take these things. And then you buy it. Buy it on trust if you want. Because otherwise, it's marketing. I'm not against marketing, but it should never be to deceive people.
Nowadays, there's another trend of longevity. Everyone is talking about.
I'll tell you, sleep equals longevity. Spending more time in parasympathetic nervous system equals longevity. You can take all your NACs and your NAD supplements. It will not work if you're stressed. It will not work if you're sleep deprived. It will not work if the basics are not in place, period.
And putting your son's blood in you and whatever.
I mean, see, if I had all that money too, I'm sure I would be eccentric and trying different things. If it works for him, great. He'll have something to share with the world.
And what about this ice cold baths that everybody's taking?
It does have, but it's overdone. Again, people are ice cold bath, but in 3 hours of sleep. There's no benefit. There's no benefit for your ice cold bath when you are sleep deprived. The point is everything in moderation. Today they're talking about ice cold bath. What about heat? Heat is also a fantastic, like saunas, steam baths, standing out in Mumbai summer, actually sweating. People don't want to sweat anymore.
Yeah.
They don't understand that sweat is such an amazing thing for the human body. But we want to jump into cold ice and stuff like that, which is good. Do it. But my point is, don't lose sight of the basics that already exist around you, right? The basics have to be in place.
And look, you've not touched about exercise. Yes, nutrition and sleep. So what is your take? Because I saw one of your videos जहाँ पे आपने बोला था कि अगर आप 4 मिनट तबाता ही कर लो, which is like high intensity.
Yeah.
Do you think like 4 मिनट का तबाता is okay या फिर that is bare minimum?
On the days when you missed your workout.
अच्छा.
Otherwise, the human body needs strength. So people should strength train. You need your cardio. So you walk, you swim, you run, you jog. You need flexibility, mobility. Do your yoga, your stretching. Your program should be holistic because that's what the human body wants. It's not what I'm telling you. The human body needs all of that, especially since people are sitting more today.
Yeah.
There are all of these things. So exercise, movement is medicine, period.
And मतलब like हम generally क्या problem है कि हम 1 घंटा movement कर लेंगे but बाकी
sitting for the rest of the day.
हाँ.
Yeah, that's called sedentary active. You're not active.
Sedentary
Which is
active.
why you should do your workout and also in between. Don't sit so long. Get up, touch your toes, go get your own water. Just move around. Be a little active. Do one squat in between every hour and stuff. These little things, they're called micro workouts. They're so powerful for the body. So powerful.
Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I feel like चाहे जो भी हम कहें housewife वगैरह, they do so much of small things throughout the day. They're taking their kids out. ये वो उनको घुमा रहे हैं, फिर सब्जी काट रहे हैं, फिर ये कर रहे हैं, फिर कपड़े धो रहे हैं. So I think whatever said, they do the most of running around and activeness throughout the day.
Absolutely. Let me give you a simple example in Mumbai because almost everyone has a maid or a servant at home. Look at them. Look how fit they are. What are they doing? Are they going to the gym? Going for yoga class, aerial?
Are they having organic vegetables?
They are eating the simplest food.
And also they're sleeping better because they're so tired throughout the day.
Right?
So they just hit the bed and they're gone.
That's your simplest example. Look around at them. Just look around at the maids. Most of them will not have. In fact, they're packing lunches for the family that is sick and going up and down to hospital. They rarely think about it. When's the last time your maid went to the hospital? Maybe some small issue here and there.
Yeah.
So it is activity. There's an example of you.
And they are like 50 years old and still they will have so much strength to do.
So what? Movement, simplicity. That's it. Simple food, simple movement, whatever. The more outside food you eat, the more problems you're going to have. That's how it is.
Less outside food.
Or quality outside food. There has to be pressure on restaurants to create. Create your normal menu and create a menu. Charge. There are people who want to pay for it. But the point is, don't assume that
I just thought
everyone
I'll
just
make a
wants
restaurant कि पहले तुम treadmill पे चलो जितना calorie burn किया उतना ही खाना मिलेगा.
Yeah, but then open it in when the rents are lesser because Bombay you won't survive. People only want to come for an Instagram picture and so they won't come to your restaurant again. No? Unless you give them free meals and all of that influencer culture.
jazz.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
Luke, a lot of people are talking about supplements. Rather, जो Dave Asprey और बहुत सारे लोग जो हैं West पे, it's like they show the photos of taking 150 supplements. I was shocked. 150 supplement. Do you think it makes sense to take 150 supplements, or even for that matter 5 to 6 supplement? Or do you think that diet is enough to supplement?
See, diet is not always enough. Sometimes, what is the meaning of a supplement? You have a deficiency, you supplement a deficiency.
Like vegetarian लोगों के लिए B12 हो गया.
Yeah, it's not true. Even non-vegetarians have low B12 because B12 is an impact of your intrinsic factor in your gut.
कि absorb हो रहा है कि नहीं?
Absorption problem. Even vegetarians, red meat eaters will have low B12 today if they have poor guts. See, I'm just making one simple thing because the discussion on supplements can go on. Of course, you're deficient in D3, you must take a D3 supplement. You're deficient in a particular thing. If you're an athlete and you need, recovery, you will take a glutamine. If you're training hard in the gym, you will take a protein, right quality. But my point is, India has to start looking at what are we taking from the West? What? They are taking everything on the side, all your yoga, everything and stuff, repackaging it and sending it back to the country. And they are trying to tell you, because we have such a massive population, it's a huge market for supplements.
Yeah.
They're trying to think, and you have people in India that I'm not eating this, and they're taking supplements and they're still patients. The point is, there are good supplements in the market, but if you need 150 supplements, like you're saying, to be alive, okay, it's just not common sense. Show me one person whose life has been changed with supplements. I understand. You have low energy. Let's say you went through COVID. You had a mitochondrial dysfunction. You took a CoQ10 supplement. Of course, your energy levels will come up because that's the mechanism of how it works. But the right person and the right time for the right condition. Every supplement sounds so amazing. Oh, today there's a fatty liver. Reverse your fatty liver in a bottle. How can it work when millions of people have an issue? Omega-3 is great if your diet is bad. So see, there are things. Some people need zinc. Some people need omega. It's really
और
dependent.
एक्चुअली हम लोग टेस्ट तो कराते नहीं, ऐसे ही जो फेमस हो रहा है या जो एड ज्यादा दे रहा है या जो मेरा फ्रेंड ले रहा है. Like in our office also, like people take supplements by asking each other. You have no knowledge what the other person
lacks.
That's
the point, because that's why the market works in India.
No?
That's why the market works in India, because it's that kind of a market. Someone says something good, oh, let's try this. Sounds good. That's why marketing works, right?
हाँ, मतलब अश्वगंधा है तो अश्वगंधा लिए जा रहे हैं. Don't even know क्या है, कितना चाहिए, किस चीज से react होता है.
Ashwagandha doesn't suit everyone. It works for some people. For some people, it's even a placebo. And some people, it has absolutely no effect.
No effect?
Yeah, absolutely no effect. And some people, it creates issues with the gut. Like, everyone's different. The problem is not ashwagandha. The problem is it's being sold to everyone. Without people, in Ayurveda, ashwagandha is given to you according to your body type. Not according to,
Look, of course,
the
like
masses.
you were obviously a corporate employee and you studied and you became what you became and you were helping so many. But अगर हम अपने betterment के लिए कुछ करना चाहिए, how do we choose a nutritionist? How do you choose a person to guide us?
It's very simple. You don't go and put your health into someone's hands. You ask questions. Like when you go to a doctor, our patients ask us, Luke, what questions should I ask the doctors? It's very important to understand what problem are you trying to fix. You go to a nutritionist and says, I want to lose weight because there's a wedding coming up in 3 months. Of course, your nutritionist is going to want to give you quick fixes. It's business at the end of the day, right? But you have to understand, what is my health based on? Am I only getting a diet? You'll never get results. You lose weight and put it on because you need a lifestyle change. So anyone, even a doctor, should give you a medicine, but should also tell you change your lifestyle. You have a nutritionist who should not say, my diet is going to work magic for you. There is no magic diet. It is your diet along with your lifestyle that works. So it's important to understand that and then of course, price sensitive market, everyone wants the cheapest. You get what you pay for. It's as simple as that.
Get what you pay for. Thank you so much, Luke.
Thank you.
Any podcast with you, any reel with you is always eye-opening, and you always come out as a better human and better person. And I don't know, your family would be so happy to have you around. Do you look at them if anyone is eating something? You give them a look. You give them an eye.
I used to lie, but I learned it the hard way. Now I keep quiet. I don't say anything
People
anymore.
Stop inviting you
to anyone. To anyone.
बीवी को भी नहीं बोलते?
No one. Absolutely not. No. I mean, I guide, but I don't comment or I don't make a face or anything
Man
like that. In my mind. No, I've learned to let people choose because, I mean, at the end of the day, if they don't listen, I mean, that's how my business grows, right? So that's how it is. Simple. Better to have your own peace and not try to proactively change people. If they ask, I'm more than happy to help. But I also teach my nutritionists and my team, like, never go out of your way to try to change anyone. If they ask, change. Otherwise, it backfires on you. So learn it the hard way. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Radio City, Radio City, Radio City, Radio City, रग रग में दौड़े सिटी.